So let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a repair shop and thought, am I about to be ripped off? Here's the thing. You and I both know money doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So today, let's fix that. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you're here. My name is Susan Hogan. I've been a consumer reporter for more than 30 years. And let me tell you, repair shop complaints are some of the top issues that I've covered. I have helped countless consumers get their money back, dispute shady charges, and find shops that actually they can trust. Which brings me to today's quick question, Susan. This is coming from Amelie in Charleston, South Carolina. So she's asking this: how do you find an auto repair shop that you can trust, one that doesn't hit you with surprise fees, bad work, or parts that you didn't ask for? Thanks, Amelie. I love this question. There's nothing worse than a broken down car and an unreliable mechanic. So today, I'm going to give you the full playbook: how to vet repair shops, how to compare costs, and what you can do if you ever need to dispute a repair. So let's start with the first question that people ask me all the time. Should I take it to a dealership or an independent mechanic? So that's a big debate. Okay, let's talk about dealerships. They have an advantage, no doubt, for having factory trained techs, genuine parts, and they know your car's brand inside and out. But Consumer Reports found that dealership repairs can run 15 to 20% more than independent shops. They're a great choice, though, if you need a recall to be done, a warranty, or some sort of complicated electronic issues. But independent shops, okay, so yeah, they can save you some serious money, and many have ASE certified technicians. What does that mean? Well, it's the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence, which basically means they've passed rigorous exams and they're recertified every 5 years for that certification, so that's pretty cool. But independents, they do vary more, so you really have to do your homework. Regardless which one you choose, let's face it, reviews and reputation are the most important part of your search. They are, at least for me. So here's a tip. Whenever I look at any company, I don't look at their 5-star reviews. I skip right over that. Of course, they're all going to be glowing. I want to go straight to the 1, 2, and 3 stars because I want to know what customers are saying and why they weren't satisfied. And if I start seeing a pattern of bad customer service and overpricing, that's a big red flag for me. And also, go beyond just your searches with Google and Yelp. Check with the Better Business Bureau for complaints. And if they have a social media account, read the comments there also. Ask your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, who they trust. Word of mouth is still so powerful. On a personal note, I gotta tell you a story. So I actually had to take my car in for a second opinion because yesterday I brought it to a Volvo dealership for a noise that I was hearing. It turned out to be that was a pretty simple fix, they said. But they found a whole bunch of other issues at the tune of $6,559.68. You can see it. It's right there. I'm like, what? I can't afford that. Is the car even worth that much? Well, it is. But anyway. Or I could just pay $2,345.94 for work that they believe needs immediate attention. That included 4 new tires. Okay. So I'm like, let me take it out of there and let me go get a second opinion. And I brought it to an independently, some owned service station. I've never used them before, but they had good reviews. And I wanted to see if they could beat the price. Well, guess what? They just called me. They said that my tires were fine. They will probably need to be replaced, but not right now. And they were not bald, like the other place said. And I do need brakes, but again, that wasn't something that needed immediate attention, probably in the next few months. That noise, they said, yep, we heard it too. That's a total of $703, and that's all I'm paying. That's it. I'm getting the little noise, the squeaky noise fixed. $703 as opposed to $6,500 and all of what? I'm so glad I got a second opinion. And here's where tools come in. One is called Repair Pal Estimator. This is what I use to find that independent shop. So all you do here is you plug in your car, so 2019 Volvo, which is what I have, the repair that you need, and your zip code. And it gives you a fair price range for your area. That's gold when you're standing there looking at a $6,500 estimate and you're wondering if you're being overcharged. Consumer Reports Car Repair Assistant. This is another great one too. It's the same idea, but it benchmarks what common repairs should be costing you so you're not just flying blind. If your quote is way higher than what these tools are showing you, that's your signal to start asking some questions. Once you pick the repair shop that you want them to do and work on your car, now what do? Well, here's your mini checklist. Ready? Ask for a written estimate. Get it in writing before you say yes. Ask about warranties on the work they're performing. Do they guarantee parts and labor, and for how long? A good shop will. And here's something a lot of people avoid asking because they kind of feel weird about it. But if you have doubts about their work, or you're just a skeptical person like I am, ask to see the parts they replaced. A reliable shop won't hesitate to do that. And ask for clarity. Don't just accept the vague notes saying bad part replaced. You deserve all of the details. So what if the work does feel wrong, or you're staring at a bill that doesn't match the estimate? Well, first talk to the shop calmly. Give them a chance to explain it or correct it. Keep documentation, estimates, invoices, even photos. And if it's still not resolved, you can file a complaint with your state's Consumer Protection Office, which usually is the Attorney General's office, or you can do that with the Better Business Bureau, and write a review if you're not happy, but just don't be mean about it. That can just get really messy. Also, if you had a great experience, don't forget to write a good review too. And if you paid by credit card, you may be able to dispute the charge if the work was unauthorized or just it wasn't done properly. So here's the takeaway. Dealerships can be convenient and dependable, but usually at a higher price, like I just found out. Independent shops can stretch your dollar further, but you do need to know who you're actually dealing with, because here's the truth. Being a smart consumer isn't about knowing everything. It's about just knowing enough to protect yourself. If this helped, hit subscribe, please. I will be so grateful, and I promise to always bring you consumer tools and tips that you need before you spend your hard-earned cash. And if you have a quick question for me, let me know about it in the comments, and perhaps I will answer it in my next video. I'll see you next time.